Governor J.B. Pritzker today with fresh criticism of the president, calling for apologies from Elon Musk, adding that his team has been left out of any migrant deportation plans from the Trump White House. CBS News Chicago political reporter Chris Tye here with me to talk about this. We know the two had a fractured relationship in Trump's first term, and it seems like it may be going the same way this time.
It seems like it's going the same way, maybe even more heated than 4 years ago, Marie, quite frankly. Up first, the governor talking about the president's order to reverse birthright citizenship, saying it will remain the law in Illinois. This is the policy, of course, that gives citizenship to children of illegals born in the United States.
That's unconstitutional, what he issued, the executive order. And we will not follow an unconstitutional executive order.
Pritzker's team has been excluded on the rapid-fire policy changes on day one of the new Trump administration. How much dialogue have they had regarding mass deportation in Illinois?
None. And I think that's just more evidence of the chaos and confusion that they're trying to sow. We have heard that they're targeting as many as 2,000 people initially in the city of Chicago alone. I don't know whether they'll effectuate that or how.
This is January 6th.
As for the January 6th pardons, the governor says it reflects an about-face for the Republican Party.
The people who attacked the Capitol on January 6th were attacking law enforcement, because that's who was there guarding the Capitol.
As for the billionaires in the front row at the inauguration, the governor, himself a billionaire, thinks there's a reason they were making nice.
Why are these people making nice? They hope to become greater than billionaires. They hope to double what they already have. Maybe some of them have delusions of becoming dictators themselves.
Thank you.
One billionaire in particular, Elon Musk, whose motions at an inauguration event have drawn sharp criticism and comparison to Nazi Germany, drew this reaction from the governor.
I was frankly disgusted when I saw yesterday at a presidential rally, Elon Musk standing up and giving a Sig Heil, and then excusing himself for it by saying, well, he was just, putting his heart out to people. Elon Musk owes an apology to the American people.
Musk on X saying of the Nazi comparison, frankly, they need better dirty tricks. The everyone is Hitler attack is so tired.
The Anti-Defamation League posted on social media that Elon Musk made an awkward gesture in a moment of enthusiasm, not, they say, a Nazi salute. On the matter of birthright citizenship, this afternoon, Attorney General for the state of Illinois, Kwame Raoul, joined 3 other states in filing a suit challenging President Trump's executive order ending birthright citizenship. Raoul arguing that it violates the constitutional rights to which all children, Marie, born in this country are entitled to.
Chris, thank you for touching on both of those topics, which have been major political headlines today. And joining us to discuss the legality of those is CBS News Chicago legal analyst Irv Miller. Irv, thanks for being here. I want to start by asking you about the pardons, if I can. Explain to our viewers what this means for those who were convicted, who were in jail, who are waiting for their trial to complete. What does this mean for them today, right now?
It applies to all of those that you just mentioned. Mm-hmm. If you have been just out there and you think you may be getting arrested for a crime, a pardon would stop that. If you get arrested and charged, the pardon would eliminate the charge. If you're charged and you get found guilty, pardon eliminates the guilty finding. Mm-hmm. And then if you're found guilty and you're sentenced, even if you're in the penitentiary, right, the pardon gets rid of that.
And is that on their record moving forward?
That's the problem. A pardon gets rid of all that stuff, but there's no such thing as a federal expungement statute. Mm-hmm. So right now, even all those guys from yesterday and guys from years ago mm-hmm. that got pardons, those gentlemen and ladies still have that conviction on the record and the sentence on the record, but technically, legally, it's void.
Fascinating. And Irv, there was almost 200 executive orders signed yesterday, just a myriad of legal maneuvering that has to be sorted out in the weeks ahead. Let's talk about that birthright citizenship, which again would, if it goes through, strip the automated citizenship for kids born to those who are here illegally. Walk us through what the next steps to this are likely to be. Obviously, the state attorney general here in Illinois, part of a growing number of states attorney generals that are fighting this.
This lawsuit was filed in the federal district court in the state of Washington by 4 attorney generals from different states. The first step in it is they're going to ask that the government, Trump and members of his cabinet and his government will be enjoined, stopped from trying to proceed with the birthright proclamation that he issued yesterday. That'll eventually go to a hearing. If it's decided one way or the other, either side, the next step is to take it up to federal appellate court, and then guess where it's going? The United States Supreme Court. They will have the ultimate decision. But in the past, other Supreme Courts, our Supreme Court, but years ago, they have upheld this birthright 14th Amendment provision.
But between now and the end of that long legal road that you just enumerated, the president, who is in control, fully in control, can pull those levers until a judge says you must stop?
Well, the preliminary injunction will stop it immediately.
Okay.
So that we won't have to wait very long till we know initially where the lower courts say it goes. And frankly, a lower court may say, hey, listen, we think that you're going to win this on the merits, Mr. Attorney Generals. I'm going to grant this injunction. I'm enjoining the president from enforcing this proclamation.
Lastly, Irv, is there anything in these first few days, weeks, months of the Trump administration that you think you'll be keeping an eye on, or will be other big legal news since these legal challenges?
I think every day will be an interesting day with decisions, proclamations from the president, and moves he's going to make, and appointments. As we've seen, it gets interesting day after day. I don't think it's never boring.
Boy, does it. And we know I'll have both of you back here to talk about all of it. Thank you, Irv.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.